I honestly love it. I mean, I looked outside my window this morning and it was so beautiful, and I loved the architecture and sort of like the art here and the weather. It's beautiful. Like, I love the gloominess and the raininess of it. It's very nice to me. No, I feel like it's ever changing. I feel like depending on the day, depending on the song, depending on the performance, it's all different. I don't think I need to stick to just one thing in particular. I like being able to express myself depending on how I'm feeling in the spur of the moment. Well, obviously, I'm, I was growing up. I mean, I was learning new things. I was experiencing different emotions and learning about all aspects of life, and I feel like the progression like from yours truly to my everything is a good example of my personal progression as well, and a good example of my personal evolution as well. I feel like I'm growing with my music, and that's a very nice thing to be able to pair how I'm feeling with my music every couple of years or every year, so that's a cool thing. I mean, being at the EMAs was really cool, and being at the VMAs was awesome, and I am very appreciative, of course, of that recognition. But for me, it's not about that at all. For me, it's mostly about the music and about my fans and making sure that I give every like performance I do like 110%. Um, well, I love being home. I'm a homebody. I have like a very love-hate relationship with traveling because I love being able to see the world and meet my fans and like learn about different cultures and see different places and be with my friends that I travel with. But at the same time, I really love being home with my family and with my friends. I'm a very private person, so I love being home. I love being in the studio. I love wearing like comfy clothes and spending time with my dogs and my friends and my family.
Okay.
Passionate, um, genuine, and um, divine. I love them.
Divine.
Yeah, they're divine. Um, my family and my friends and my team. I honestly like am surrounded by such great people, and I don't like working with people who just yes me to death and who just oh whatever she wants. Like I don't like I like working with very honest, blunt people who will like if I am ever out of line will be the first to tell me. And I like working with people who keep me sort of down to earth and humble, and my friends are always very supportive but real with me. And nobody that I keep around me really cares too much about the fact that I'm uh, yeah, yeah. No one cares. So it's very nice to be able to, as soon as I'm done being, oh, Ariana, the Ariana that people know, cut it off and take the hat off, and I'm just myself again. Like I'm really able to just be myself with my friends, my family. They keep me grounded. I don't think so. I don't think I'm either. I think everybody has days where, they feel slightly more rebellious and days where they feel slightly more conservative. So I don't define myself as a good girl or a bad girl. I define myself as myself, and whatever I feel compelled to do in the moment, I do. I define myself as honest, which can sometimes get me in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, I definitely don't define myself as a good girl or a bad girl. I'm just sort of myself. I think I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna do whatever I do in my own way. I don't think I want to repeat anything that anybody else has done. It was great, part of the like one of the most exciting things about working with Jesse and Nikki for me was that I was like a huge fan of theirs beforehand. So being able to work with these women who I adored as, you know, a teenager, people forget I'm only 21. So like the couple years ago, I was literally like jamming out in my car like to these women, and now I get to work with them and sing with them and perform with them is a very surreal thing. And also to discover that they're very nice people in person and in real life as well is very refreshing too. So yeah. I feel like right now I'm just sort of like focused on this album. I haven't really thought about it too much, but I'm a really big fan of Frank Ocean, and he's been like a dream collab of mine for a while. And Imogen Heap is my favorite artist in the world, so yeah. I had a very like a lovely childhood. I loved being in Florida, being close to the beach, being able to spend a lot of time with my family, and I grew up in a very traditional Italian household with like loud family members and poker playing and
like in Spain.
yeah, probably very similar. Loud card games going on, cooking all the time. I loved, you know, musical theater and scary movies and animals and going to the beach, and that's still really like who I am. So yeah, of course. I'm a kind of a silly person. I don't take myself very seriously, and I'll do just about anything to make people laugh. So I think it's important to remind people to have more fun. I think sometimes people can take themselves and everything a little too seriously. So I like doing playful videos and stuff like that. Although my most recent video is somewhat more serious. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. I just sort of put out what I um, believe in and hope for, you know, hope they enjoy it as much as I do and as much as I believe in it. But I do read what my fans have to say. They're very happy. So I love that. I wanted to do something different, obviously. I wanted to do something that showed like a more mature side of me and like a more serious side. And I'm very pleased with it because I feel like I'm still introducing myself to the world. And I feel like a lot of people don't really know me that well yet, so it was exciting to show another facet of myself. Um, I think my everything because it is indeed the title like the title track of the album. But I love it melodically and I love it lyrically. Now it reminds me of my grandpa. After, of course, he passed away, I realized how much it really is like about that whole situation. So I think that one. Yes, I'm starting in February. I start in America, but I will be making my way over here, so I will have some shoes. Yeah. No, I feel like the first me. I feel overwhelmed and appreciative and grateful, but it's also a little intimidating sometimes. I take a lot of time to myself and to just be like with my friends and to be private because sometimes it can get a little too scary. Like if you think about it too long, sometimes I get a little intimidated, but I'm I'm down for the ride and I'm here for the long haul. Yeah. I want to do this forever. Yeah, I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like I have a long way to go, and I'm really just like I said. I feel like I'm still introducing myself to people. I feel like they're still getting to know me, and I feel like I have so many more things that I want to write about, and I have so many more, you know, songs I want to do. I'm always creating. Like I'm always creating, and I'm always in the studio. And it's so funny because sometimes I'll tweet like, "Oh, studio." And they're like, "Really? But you just put an album out." I'm like, if I tweeted every time I was in the studio, all I would tweet is like studio, studio, studio. So it's like I love creating, and that's what's most important to me. So I feel like I have a lot that I want to do, and I'm just getting started. Yo quiero a mis fans españoles.
Very good.